You heard me say it before, and I'll say it again right here, right now. Crime runs rampant because of the Democrats.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Are you prepared to defend this land that was built by slaves, a land that was built by indigenous people, a land that is built by workers? Are you prepared to defend this land? The people united will always prevail. I need you all to stand firm, to stand strong. If this president decides to continue to break this Constitution, it's going to be the labor movement that stitches it back together. The labor movement that brings black folks, white folks, Asians, it brings brown folks together. This is the city that said keep hope alive. The city that birthed yes we can. And the city that will defend this country. God bless you all. God bless the labor movement. God bless the greatest freaking city in the world. Chi-Town.
What's good, my people? It's your boy in the building, MC Too Tall. Your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host. You're watching the MC Too Tall show. Now, how do you like that? What you just saw right there? That, again, is Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago. That's Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago. And yes, he just keeps putting more material right there in my lap. He's got the gall to give people in Chicago this major pep talk. This major pep talk and rally cry on the heels of total chaos that happened in the city of Chicago. Total chaos that happened in the city of Chicago. 37 people injured, 5 murdered in shootouts all over the city. Labor Day weekend. That's just Labor Day weekend alone. And he's up there as if he's celebrating it. And they're clapping for him. They're cheering him on. They're cheering him on. And on top of that, he's putting out this rally cry, apparently against public safety. He's against public safety, obviously. He wants the streets like this because he thinks it'll help him get reelected. What a nihilist son of a bitch bastard Brandon Johnson is. And that governor of Illinois, fat guy, LMAO, is no better. J.B. Pritzker, he's no better. But Brandon Johnson's over here putting out a rally cry against Donald Trump. Now, I might be against sending the National Guard anywhere and everywhere, but these mayors of these blue cities need to come to a hetero white messiah realization that their streets are crime-ridden and beef up their police department. Hire and train more cops. It's that simple. Hire and train more cops and allow them to arrest. Get rid of these DAs and AGs and bring in ones that will prosecute. I mean, live by the motto, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. If there's a criminal element out there, you need to whittle it down to almost nothing. And if you could bring it down to nothing, all the better. But that's not what he wants to do. And you could tell between this speech and that interview that he did with Joe Bodies in the Basement Scarborough, who asked him 5 times the same question. Do you believe 5,000 more cops would make the city of Chicago a safer place? And he found 5 different ways not to give a straight answer. Talking about public housing. Public housing, public housing. Obviously, this man hasn't been inside of a housing project lately. There's muggings that go on in there. There's assaults that go on in there. And in some of the grimiest neighborhoods, murder. So, more public housing means more facilities that will facilitate the madness. It will perpetuate more madness. And he's all for that. He's opposed to public safety. And these people are clapping for him. They're clapping and cheering for him. They're clapping and cheering for their own demise and the next 1,000 or so children's funerals. And he's got his fist in his hair. He's got his fist in the air like that. His fist in the air, promoting the false pretense of black power. If he cared about black power, he wouldn't leave the black children of Chicago unsafe and vulnerable to gang violence. Stray bullets in these gang wars in the streets of Chicago. These territorial wars in the streets of Chicago. And these little kids get caught up in the crossfire and killed almost on a daily basis because of the failure to run a city by Mayor Brandon Johnson. And he's not for black power, he's for socialism. And socialism, they don't give a damn about the safety and well-being of their constituents. Socialism isn't this utopia where everybody's equal. There's 2 classes where the lower class is all equally poor. Everybody in this lower class is all equally poor. While the upper echelon are the rich people running the government, rifling your pockets, barking orders at you while you pay their salary. It's one of the few scenarios where technically you're their boss and they boss you around. You're paying them and they're bossing you around. When you receive a benefit from a benefactor, that benefactor then has the right to dictate the manner in which you use that benefit. So if you're paying them, they're supposed to serve you, not the other way around. But socialism has it ass backwards. That's why all these different examples of socialism and communism throughout the world over more than a century have failed. And the only thing that keeps it alive is sending out brutish thugs with guns to go out and kill their unarmed constituents that they convinced was a good idea to turn in their weapons a few years prior to their enforcement of their communism or their socialism, whatever they want to brand it, democratic socialism. It's all the same to me. It all sucks. And Brandon Johnson sucks. But you know who else sucks? Zoran Mamdani, the Democratic nominee for mayor of New York. And too many people write all other candidates off and automatically assume whoever wins the Democrat Party nomination is going to be the next mayor. You win a Democratic nomination for mayor of New York, you are not automatically going to be the mayor come November or January to be sworn in as mayor. You're not the winner of the November election, just waiting for November to come and go when you win the Democratic nomination. There's other parties, there's independents, that sort of thing. I mean, you also have to look at what horrible people that ruin the city, that don't care about the city, that rile people up into a frenzy, are endorsing and supporting Zoran Mamdani. I heard recently Bill de Blasio, the worst mayor in my lifetime, endorsed Zoran Mamdani. And if you think an association between Bill de Blasio and Zoran Mamdani isn't bad enough, check out who else is supporting him. Al Sharpton. Al the charlatan Sharpton. The swindler. The snake oil salesman. The slick-talking, race-baiting, ambulance-chasing son of a gun. That pimp is supporting Zoran Mamdani. And let me tell you something. He's not batting an eye for public safety at all. He doesn't care about public safety. De Blasio didn't care about public safety. If Eric Adams cared about public safety at all, he sure didn't show it. It seemed like he was more of a continuation of Bill de Blasio. If Cuomo cared about public safety, he wouldn't have crammed COVID patients in senior homes, causing thousands of senior citizens to die. But let's look at Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa has put more years of his life into public safety than Zoran Mamdani has been in this country or has even been alive. There's your guy right there. And our only hope to save New York City from total decay and destruction. Chicago's pretty bad, but we're not that far behind Chicago. We can and will get much worse than Chicago if we don't elect this one person, and this one person only, his name is Curtis Sliwa. And that's what I have to say about this situation right here. So on to you, my loyal John Crancians, I say, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, follow, share, like, comment. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, New York City goth scene ambassador, MC Too Tall.